You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Stop and think about it. You know what? Every situation that happens, if it's not an act of God, it's something that's man-made. Even the situations you got into, unless it's a hurricane, flood, lightning strike, meteorite that, that makes it through the atmosphere or something, it was man-made. If your bills are behind, you in debt, it was man-made. You get fired from the job, it was man-made. Maybe not on your account, but some man decided to fire you, or woman, as the case may be. Maybe your business go out, something. Your car fell in at the wrong time. That's actually man-made, because who built that car? Man. Think about it. Stop and think about it. So any problem that's caused by human hands can be solved by that person stopping and thinking. There's a solution to everything. There's a solution, and it's not that deep a solution. For example, say your bills get behind. And you get the debt collectors, and we all dealt with them. Shoot, they used to be scared to deal with me because I get stupid with them. Shoot, I be telling them some stuff, they be scared. They go get their supervisor. The supervisor be like, look, sir, we won't call you again, okay? But you can still deal with that. Now, all jokes aside, let's say you do have that. You call, instead of being fearful running or something, you stop, you breathe. Be like, breathe, sit down. Then you talk to them. And you just say, okay, look, this is the situation. Nice and calmly, you say, okay, I know I owe you money. What can we do? And they say, no, I don't got that. Why don't we do this? I'm working on some stuff, and then we can work from there. Most people are reasonable. Or, you in a situation, you need more money. And you trying to figure, some people be like running around trying to figure it out. No, if you stop, breathe, think about it, it's like, oh, why don't I get a part-time job? Why don't I do this? Because a lot of times, things happen to people. Like I said, if it's not an act of God, you can think your way out of it. And things happen, and sometimes we get caught up, we get stressed, we don't think. We get into survival mode. I talked about that last week on one of my channels. All these things blur together. You get in survival mode, you get stressed. And science backs this up, but you gotta think, okay, if you got in this position, you can get out. Now, it's not gonna happen right away. You're not gonna get some lottery ticket or something. It never happens, but you gotta be reasonable. Like I said with the bill collector thing, or if you need a car, say you need something, or you get a job, something like that. If you sit down, one thing I found in life, you sit down, you connect the dots, you can find stuff. One time I needed a car. I worked out a deal with a friend of mine who had a car to sell. And seriously, I said, okay. Because it was a jacked up situation, only had so much money to spend. Credit was jacked up. Yeah, Ron went through some stuff. I don't have no problems admitting that. I have no problems. That's why I reach out to help other people. So, I was going through stuff. I said, okay, I need a car. I knew somebody who actually had a car. Now, I worked out some, couldn't give them all the money at once. We worked out a payment thing. I did it nice and calmly. And then with the car, I was able to do some other stuff and build up, pay it off, and then get some other stuff done, get some other things into it. Went from that one car, I was able to get 2 cars. And even how I got those 2 cars, it was just a matter of just being calm. Said, okay, we need another car. Boom. This car that I got real cheap from this guy can't put any more into it. Boom. I just sat down and said, okay, let me go to a car place. Needed more money. It's like, okay, what can we do? wow, maybe I'll write this book here, or maybe I'll look into this thing, or maybe I'll just get a part-time job. Like there's been times I needed part-time jobs, and you know what? I just stayed nice and calm. I didn't panic. Knew some bills were piling up. I just had a calm conversation with whoever I needed to talk to. Went out, hit the pavement, stayed calm, found jobs. I remember one time I found 2 part-time jobs in a day. Worked both of them at the same time. You know, sometimes you just gotta stop. I mean, and that's just life. Because it really is a situation where we get stressed. We think about it. We start panicking because you know you got stuff coming. Say like a lot of people get cut off notices. A lot of people get cut off notices, and they're like, "Oh, what can we do? What can we do?" Well, you know it's coming. You got to stay calm, prioritize. You might have to sacrifice something. Trust me, it's always there. You know, it was always there. You know, maybe you didn't really need that $800 phone. Maybe you didn't need that complete cable package. Shit, it might be cheaper just to have, you know, it's actually cheaper probably to get a big computer screen or, you know, use computer screen or something and pay for some of these different services you can get online. It's actually probably cheaper, way cheaper than cable. Even with phones, you get people paying a lot of money for phones. And I'm like, shit. What do you really do on them but play games and stuff? Be looking at pictures. Shoot, get your prepaid and use that until you can build your money up. You know, it's always something. Regardless, and I'm just throwing out some examples, but it could be 1,000 things. You sit back. Like I said, I've been through it before. You had to sit back and just say, okay, do I really need this cable? No. Do I really need this service? Do I need to buy this stuff? Do I need to eat like $20 meals a day? No. But the key to it is sitting back and thinking about what you're doing. Stop and think about it. You can get out of anything. Any problem that you got into, man-made, whether you jumped into it or somebody put you there, you can get out the other way. You know, everybody, you can make a deal with anybody. Like I use that collection example. Ultimately, they want their money. But they can only take what you can give them. So it's like, that's one thing. I'm using that because that's a stressful thing. You need more money for different things. It's like, okay, contrary, even though the jobs thing is whatever, you can always make money out here. You can make money, and in fact, I would advise that anybody who needs money unless you have young children or something that need your attention, get a part-time job even if you don't need it. Use the money, save it, invest it. But whatever the case, whatever's going on, or even a personal situation, say relationships, that's a big part of stress. You having trouble with a person. Stop, breathe. That's definitely man-made. That's definitely it. You sit down and just say, okay, look, we need to have a conversation about this. Get in that person's face. You can talk it out. I don't care what it is. Even if that after talking out mean you might break up with that person, you might need to kind of space yourself away from a person as a friend. It could be, you can do it. But you can't overreact. You can't get mad, angry. Stop. Breathe. Think about it. Ponder it. Take your time. You can solve it. There's no problem. There is no man-made problem that can't be solved by a man. There's no problem in your life that you involved with can't be solved by you thinking about it. Shoot, and even something that's an act of God, you still have control over how you respond to it. You can still think about it. Your house could be destroyed in a fire, a lightning strike. Sit back, chill. You should have had insurance on it. You work from there. So always stop, breathe, and think about it. So that's all I have for today. Keep rising and transforming. Peace.
you.